Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're here today with another Sims 2 speed build, and once again this is part of my Pleasantview Renovation series. And today we are actually working on the Pleasant house. Full disclosure, I have given the Pleasants extra money. Also full disclosure, the downstairs of the house changes quite dramatically from what you see in the end screenshots to what it actually will look like in game. If you want to see the updated downstairs, you can check them out on my Tumblr. That all my screenshots and things are posted there, and my Tumblr is usually quite a bit ahead of like my YouTube channel in terms of that kind of things. But I originally added in an extra 1,000 into the Pleasant house just so I could give them their roof trim and things. And then everything else I was going to do with the Pleasant's fans. And that worked until I got downstairs and I realised I was being a bit too spend happy upstairs. So the upstairs was like fully done, decorated, and I was happy with it. But then the downstairs was so empty and awful and I hated it. So I left it and I wasn't happy with the house. I think I went in... Did I do the goth house after that? I can't remember. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, no, the Pleasants are an established family and they would not have an empty barren downstairs. So I went in, I gave them an extra 5,000 and I finished the downstairs and it looks so much better now. The living room is probably my favourite living room I have ever done, which is saying something because I don't like the Pleasant house at all. I feel like the wall shapes are really annoying. The rooms are annoying to furnish. So yeah, I don't like it. But I am happy with how it's turned out now. I am enjoying the renovation process here. Yeah, I like it. I do like it. So the upstairs hasn't really changed too much. Lilith's room we've actually made slightly bigger now. There is some weird patches in the original Pleasant house that are not roofed or not fenced or anything, and it really bothers me. But it took me ages to figure out a way to cover them while the outside still looked good. So in the end, we just ended up extending Lilith's room by like a row of tiles and giving her an extra window. But Lilith's room was the smallest anyway, so I'm not really mad about that. And Lilith is honestly my baby. I love Lilith so much and I feel like she deserves the world, so if I had to extend anyone's room, I'm glad it was Lilith's. There's also quite an annoying bit outside Angela's room, where like the sort of bay window area of the downstairs living room is, so I've just had to fence that. So we can kind of pretend that's like a faux balcony, so you know Angela still has like the better room per se because you know she does have this like step out bit, but you know, it is what it is. I am happy with how it's turned out. I think I have managed to capture like the girls' personalities quite well. Downstairs, I'm also very happy with now that it is fully decorated. At the end, as I said, I wasn't happy with how the downstairs looked by the time I was finished this video. I'm like, no, I have to go back. Have to fix this. Because like, the way the like renovations have been going so far, I have just been so happy with how everything's turned out. Like community lots, the houses, everything was just looking really good. Excuse me. And the Sims and their makeovers, and I was loving everything. And then I'm like, I can't send my beautiful Sims into this empty hovel. Like I can't do that. So I did what had to be done. I think like with other households, if they need more money, I am just going to add the inn just so I can get their house to like a good starting point. Like there's obviously still going to be areas we can improve once we start gameplay, and that's fine, but I'm not going to like beat myself up if I give them an extra couple thousand just to get some paintings or whatever. Like realistically it doesn't make a difference, but it just makes me happier knowing their houses are done. And as I said before, I never play The Sims with money cheats, so I think I'm going to allow myself this one time to use them. Also, there are dogs barking outside and I have the windows open because it is super hot here. So I'm sorry if you can hear them. I'm not entirely sure what my mic picks up and what it doesn't. So yeah, hopefully you didn't though. But they were like super loud. I also quite like the little corner in Angela's room where I have that little footstool thing that looks like maybe is meant to be like a sushi or something. That's a 4:2 conversion, and I'm like 90% sure that's an item that came with Snowy Escape. So that's why I was thinking it was maybe meant to be like a sushi thing or like a marshmallow, but like cute. I don't know. But I thought it was really cute, and the mint color tied in that little hanging chair, which is a 3:2 conversion. That came with the Bohemian Garden set, I'm pretty sure, from the Sims 3 store. I love that set. That's one of the first things I bought from the Sims 3 store. Yeah, it's a really good set. Sims 3 store, I honestly would buy everything from it if I could. I love it so much. It has some really cool like niche things that you probably wouldn't be able to fit in like a stuff pack. Like for example, the Renaissance Fair. Like I think that is such a fun idea. But like what pack in the Sims 3 could you put a Renaissance Fair in? None. So I really like the Sims 3 store for that. You can just get all these fun little extras for your game. Also, speaking of the Sims 3, there is a mod coming out that is putting open for business like into the Sims 3. So I haven't heard a lot about it yet and I've not watched the video, but from what I can gather, it's taking like Sims 2 open for business and like transferring those mechanics into the Sims 3 to make it possible to like run your own businesses and things, and I think it sounds really cool. So I am excited to, you know, learn more about that, because that's probably something I would put in my game, because I really enjoy open for business. I think that kind of stuff is really cool. I know in The Sims 3 you get like the Savvy Seller's rug, and I think you might get a stall as well. Again, these are store items. For like the Sims 3 like pack content, there's not any way for you to like run a business. So I am really looking forward to... Sorry, my voice just broke there in my excitement. But I'm really looking forward to seeing how that's going to work. I think that could be really fun. Especially, you know, with like the extra Sims 3 gameplay I'm doing just now. I'm just really, really feeling The Sims 3, and I have been for a long time. Will my obsession ever die? No, probably not. I do feel like The Sims 3 gets a bad name. Like The Sims 3, she might not be the best looking, but you know, there are things you can do. Like no vanilla Sims game looks amazing. Like some are obviously better than others, but no vanilla Sims game looks incredible. So don't judge my little potato face babies with just the vanilla Sims 3. You know, don't do that. It's just so fun, and she was so ahead of her time, and I wish she, you know, she deserves better. She deserves better. So I'm still really excited that like people are still actively modding The Sims 3. I still think that's really cool. Like I don't know why I'm surprised, because like people are still actively modding The Sims 2, but I feel like The Sims 3 is very rarely anyone's favorite Sims game. But let me know. What is your favorite like iteration of The Sims? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'm always curious. What I have found though is like most of the time the Sims game people got into The Sims with is what turns out to be their favorite. So like for example, like I've played The Sims 1, but like I didn't get like into The Sims until I got The Sims 2. And The Sims 2 like to this day is still like my favorite Sims game. It's still the one that I can quite happily go back to time and time again and do the exact same things and never get bored. The Sims 3, very close second though. Like I love The Sims 3 as well. I think my origin time on The Sims 3 is coming close to 4,000 hours. And obviously my origin time isn't even my true Sims 3 time, because I'm pretty sure we didn't get origin until like The Sims 4 was coming out. We might have got it like the year before, but we didn't have it for like the whole time. Like when you had like The Sims 3 on like disc and stuff, it just like opened like, Did we even have a launcher? I assume we had a launcher. I can't remember, but Origin wasn't always tied to The Sims. So my real Sims 3 count is probably into like the tens, if not 20s, thousands of hours, because I did get The Sims 3 on launch day. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I still remember like getting The Sims 3 on launch. Like I don't remember if I've told this story before, and if I am sorry. But it was like a really rainy day where I was living, and I went down to like the supermarket, because the supermarket like in my town, it was one of those big ones that have like an electronics department, so they sold like video games, like CDs, DVDs, all that kind of stuff. So I went down there and they had sold out of The Sims 3, and I was heartbroken. So I like walked all the way down there in the rain, and then I walked all the way home empty-handed. So then my mum ended up driving me to like the city, like just half an hour away from us, to go to the bigger supermarket, because this is like 8 o'clock at night. Like I'd like just finished school, or was I in school, or was it a holiday? I can't remember, but it was like 8 o'clock at night, and I was like crying because like they'd sold out of The Sims 3. So we went on this like mad journey in like torrential rain, like with flooding, to go and get it from this other supermarket, and I got it, and one of the best days ever. One of the best days ever. Loved it. Sims 3, too good. Too good. Yeah, we're on the downstairs now. The living room changes. It is so bland and boring. We actually changed the wall paint to yellow. Not in the video. As I said, the end screenshots, I edited this before I went in and changed the living room. But the living room, the couches stay, but we have this like fan like rug. I don't know if I have that in there just now, but we have this like fan black, white and yellow rug. So I tied in the yellow from the rug into the walls, and the sitting room just looks so good. I really like it. We've got all these fun paintings up, and I really enjoy it. Also, I forgot to say, we do have we've moved Daniel's workout equipment into the garage, because, you know, I don't want that in like the main hall of the house. And then we have added in a little pottery section for Mary Sue. So yeah. Oh, I think this is where I changed the rug. But yeah, it all ties in very well, and I love it. I do think we are coming to the end now though, so I am going to wrap up here. Apologies for my rambles about the time it was raining when I bought The Sims 3. It's probably like the least interesting thing ever, but you know, it is what it is. But thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed the renovation. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please consider dropping a like, maybe even subscribing, because that would mean the world to me. Also, any comments or suggestions you have, drop them down below, because I always find it interesting to read. I always like responding to you guys, having a wee chin wag. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!